I think he just came. That's not masturbating. That's never happened to me, but I've heard that it can. You just see something so sexy, and you have like, I don't know, you've never come in your whole life. Your body's just like, we gotta clear the backlog or something. Fuck, I was looking at the fucking chart. And he was like, this is sperma, yeah. You know what's crazy? I know I've talked about this before. Justin, feel free to weigh in on this. What percentage of people do you think were taught to jerk off versus just figured it out? No one taught me, I just figured it out. Now, it's not rocket science, let's be honest. It's like an elevator, it's got 2 buttons. And it's just, you're either going up or you're going down, and if you just went up, guess where you're going, buddy? You're already on the top floor, might as well take it down to the basement. So I discovered it naturally, ambiently, or organically. But who would be teaching? Well, I don't know, like maybe your older sibling or something is like, buddy, you're not gonna believe this, or like friends at a sleepover, or like sharing the wisdom of like, you won't believe this. People are hitting me with, huh? I guarantee there's at least 100 people in chat that had an older brother teach them how to jerk off. It doesn't mean they jerked off together. You're sick and perverted. Just like, they were getting ready to go to bed, and the older brother was like, you won't believe it, bro. If you beat your shit up, goo comes out the end. Please help me. Everybody's saying this is crazy. There's no shot, bro. I've heard stories from my friends. The sexual knowledge passes down from the older brother to the younger brother. It's the oral tradition. They don't write it down. They pass it down after the sun sets. My cousin told me, thank you this is like an I am Spartacus moment. Thank you. This happens in real life, and because I've observed it happening or been told that it happens, all of a sudden it's like, he's weird. I'm not weird, I figured it out myself. It's not a paid chatter. Listen, when I was a kid, we didn't learn the way you guys probably learned, going to like WikiHow or some shit like that. Coolest way to jerk off. You just sort of figured it out on the job, man. All I was asking is what percentage of men out there, I wonder if there's a guy who doesn't know how to jerk off, like an adult man who's like, he's like, yeah, guys, me too, but he like never figured it out. There's got to be at least one. There's like 3.5 billion guys out there. There's got to be some people that do it wrong too, which is really funny. Imagine jerking off for like 20 years and then someone's like, try turning your hand. Like someone's doing it like overhand style like this. And then they're like, here. Can I help you there? Try going like, you're like, oh, now I got so much wasted time. Oh. All I was asking is what percentage of people do you think learned it themselves versus were told how to do it or looked it up online? I would assume it's like 80% figured it out by themselves and 20% had a source, but I don't know. Well, I don't know, because I figured it out myself. So I don't know. Maybe like I'm a lot smarter than the average fella. That's for sure. So I don't know. Maybe maybe 1 in 5 motherfuckers needed to be taught how to beat their shit clean. Does anyone teach monkeys how to beat off? Okay, but like, what percentage of monkeys jerk off? It might be like 25%. I've seen, like, National Geographic. I know monkeys beat off, but I don't know if all of them beat off. There might be some that are like, they can't figure it out. They're not as smart as we are. Except in, like, remembering those numbers. They're definitely a lot better in that. But that's not really, like, a major selection pressure in 2025 North America. Except on this website. Female viewership taking another L? You don't know any women, do you? Might surprise you to find out a lot of them have a sense of humor. You talk to them for a few minutes. Not all of them, it must be said. not all of them. But a lot of them. Justin, you ever wonder what it must be like to go through life? We all know somebody that is just like not, they don't have a sense of humor. Like they don't see the appeal of humor. Must be so crazy to like go through life like that. They're just like people are just talking to them just to convey information. Like not to make them smile or anything like that. Like all communication is just passing data back and forth. That's so funny, man. Hello, how are you? I am now giving you data that is about how the quality of my day. I am now asking you about the quality of your day. You are trying to tell a joke to me, but it is not landing because I don't understand humor. That's really funny. It's not funny? See, now you're getting it. Gets me when people are pissed off that you think something's funny. That happens all the time, man. I don't know. The one that people are mad at me. Sorry, librarian. I know you've done this. You've probably done like 10 videos like this. Videos of people falling down are funny. You can also be like, I hope they didn't die. But it's really funny when you see a video of someone falling down. It's funny when I fall down. And some of those Korean dash cam videos that Kate showed me are funny. Like the car will just be like driving and then there will be like a metal barrier on the bridge and they'll just drive straight through it. Like they won't even try to turn and the car will fly off of the bridge like the Blues Brothers and then like land upside down on the lane below the bridge. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I hope they're better after the crash. As long as we're virtue signaling, I hope we're better. They're better off after the crash. I hope they crashed because they were checking their phone and they're like, oh shit, I just won the $1.7 billion Powerball. I hope they're better than anybody's ever been. But the video of the car careening off the overpass and landing upside down is fucking funny. Wouldn't it be won? Yeah, but 1.7 billion won ain't all that. It's still like, it's still $1.7 million, I guess, roughly, but ain't no one playing the lottery for that. You could just do a heist or something. The thing with the lottery is it has to be more money than you could get from a heist. Otherwise, you would just heist it. Anyway. You gotta be a real gambler. That's so true. You gotta be a real gambler to buy a lottery ticket for $1.7 million. You bought 10 tickets for the $1.7 million lottery? You gotta call the line, man. Hold. Not even close. Not even fucking close. Is there new content or are you just playing this again? Hey, when you saw me play this the first time, Was it in a sewer? Or were we climbing, like, rocks covered in slippery ice? I didn't watch the first time? Then why do you care? Doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't, even if I've never seen it, I don't want to watch something old by mistake. Like, what are you talking about? If I saw it. Hold. Gotta stop watching this channel, buddy. Yo, before you go. Let's have an exit interview. Can I say what can we do to what was it? What was the catalyst for making you want to leave? Because I want to improve my content so that this doesn't happen in the future. Even a single lost viewer is like unacceptable to me. Jerma already did this. He's done everything good, man. He's done everything good. He can't keep getting away with it. No shot, we don't make that. Oh. Okay, hold. Hold. Favorite Breaking Bad moment? There's so many funny answers. I don't know. Ozymandias is kind of like one of the greatest episodes of television ever made. Hold. When Walt Jr. breaks bad. Murray, when you introduce me, can you call me Flynn? It is I swear to you, this is a true story. I know 3 people in my life who have changed their names as young adults. I know this part is going to be very unbelievable to you, but you're going to believe at least one of this. 2 of the 3 of them changed their name to Apollo. Which is... One was like, surprising. 2 was like, what's going on here? Yeah, I had a roommate, well, a housemate in college who was like, I've changed my name to Apollo. Like, he was almost like our Kramer. Like, stuff was always like just happening to him while we were going about our lives that would just add a little bit of humor into our day-to-day. It was his mom that got stuck outside on his balcony because his door didn't have a doorknob on the inside, so he had to open it with a knife. One time he came home from studying at the library, and we were like, "Where's your laptop?" And he was like, "Oh, I just came home to take a shower. So I left my laptop at the library so I wouldn't lose my spot." And we were like, dude, someone's going to steal your laptop. And he was like, no way, man. And then he went back to the library and someone stole his laptop. We were like, of course, man. Like, you left it alone for like an hour and a half. And he's the guy who changed his name to, He was always doing stuff. There's so much funny stuff with this guy that I believe that is real. Like, in the cafeteria, he told us for like 6 months that he was allergic to shrimp. And then one day in the cafeteria, he was eating like shrimp fried rice. And we were like, dude, what the fuck? Aren't you gonna die? And he was like, no, I'm only allergic to the big kind. You're like, what the fuck? I don't know if that's like a real thing, but he tanked the shrimp. That's real. I don't know. He's a funny guy, and he's the same guy who he played Wonder Boy by Tenacious D like 50 times a day at max volume. He's a real character, man. He's not like a bad guy, just a funny guy. What's he up to now? I mean, to be honest, I don't know, but I'm based on the academic path he was on. He's got people's lives in his hands. If I had to guess, he was a very academically motivated individual. Come on, man. See the drunk amusement park inspector? No, that's a different guy. That's a different guy. He's a character too. That's about all I got. Hi, I just came from Twitter. Is this Jerkoff 101? What are you doing on Twitter, though? So I know you're ready. You must be. I'm guessing librarian clipped something and posted something on Twitter. But what? That you saw it there? Like you were hanging out there? You were hanging out on Twitter with the people who hang out on Twitter. Librarian said there'd be JOI. Yeah, where did he say it, though? I'm on Twitter. I exclusively follow the librarian. Maybe you could just give librarian, like, you could just add him to the group chat or something like that. I can't leave Twitter. I follow one person. It's kind of crazy. That's not Twitter, bro. That's like... I don't know. That's anti-social media. That's a damn DM, exactly. Isn't librarian on Twitter? Listen, for all I know, librarian might be MAGA. I have no idea. I don't know. I know basically nothing about them. We have a separation of concerns, man. Plus, he's racist. Did you guys see they arrested the Queen of Canada? It's kind of fucked up. I thought she died, man. Have you guys read the Globe and Mail this morning? There's a Queen of Canada? Well, there's a lady who posts videos where she says she's the Queen of Canada and lives on a compound with people who think she's the Queen of Canada. And all women are queens, which is true. So I gotta find a way to get out of this one. At an abandoned school? Well, it's not abandoned. The Queen lives there, man. Would you call Buckingham Palace abandoned? I don't think so. Fuck you. Queen doesn't live in Buckingham Palace? Sorry, the Queen Consort. What do they call her? They live there, don't they? Yeah, she lives there. Okay, good. She died? Well, I know she died in Windsor Castle. The Queen Console. Now we're talking. That was huge. That was huge, man. It's gotta be a PS2. I'm kind of out of shit to say, but it's still funny. You ever see the video of all the guys reacting to Princess Diana's death while they're playing Uno? Ah, dude. It has been... It's been a mixed bag, everybody having an HD camera, but it has really compromised the liminal nature of, like, your dad just happened to be testing his new camcorder out when, like, a world-changing event happened. Like when that alien walked across the fucking street at the Brazilian birthday party. Like if we had smartphones, we would just be like, well, another alien video, huh? Okay, next. I remember where I was, man. I had a sleepover at my friend's house for his birthday. We slept in a tent in his backyard. It must have been, if I had to guess, I'm gonna say it was August 5th August 5th, 1997 when this happened. 1996. Can somebody check this for me? Let's see how the memory works. Anyway, it was 97. Okay, but still. August 5th? August 5th? August 31st, maybe that was like a body double or something. Either way, it's messed up because his birthday was not the 31st, man. But I do have a memory of that it was like the last hangout before school started. But either way, his dad, like in the morning, his dad unzipped the front of the tent and went, I just thought you guys would want to know Princess Diana died. So we were 8. And he was like, good morning. Just so you know, the Princess of England died. And we went, what? Because, like, at that age, you're still kind of like, it's shocking that, like, someone you know of can no longer be alive. I remember being, like, I wouldn't say devastated because I didn't really have, like, a great concept of who she was, but I was like, damn, I'm sorry anybody dies at all these days, man. That's the type of shit I was saying. Me and Spencer Krug. Now you hear about, it's true, I hear about all sorts of celebrities dying every day in Twitch chat for like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Even though I've obviously read it 1,000 times. Curtains for Zushka, exactly. It's good when someone you hate dies. I can't comment on that. I have to seem self-righteous. I will say this is not even related to what you said. We're just transitioning from that. But I feel like you gotta be careful with the phrasing. I feel like we're going to experience more news of celebrity deaths for like the next 20 years. And the reason I say that is because I feel like we're like in the 80s was such a unfortunate boom for culture because that's when the baby boomers were getting to like the age where they were making movies and they were becoming professional athletes and wrestlers and musicians and starting bands and so on and so forth. So like the most of the people who were dying not all, but most of the people that were dying when I was like 10 in 1998 were born in like 1910. There were just less motherfuckers back then, man. There were a lot of baby boomers born in that 45 to like 62 region. So I think, like, what I'm trying to say is that we gotta raise the standard of celebrity death that we choose to mourn. Otherwise, we're just gonna be mourning, oh, the dude who played the fucking sports anchor on some sitcom from 1987? No, man. No, they got to at least be in the main cast, okay? No cameos. If they have a shot of the screen at the start of the show where they're all standing like back to back with each other, they got to be in that shot, okay? No, none of this. Oh, he was the milkman. He was the milkman on fucking Married with Children. Sorry, bro. If you wanted to be mourned for that, you should have died when there were less famous people dying, okay? You should have died in like 1993, and then people would have been not the milkman, but you made it, and now there's like 10 celebrities going each month now, man. He was a good guy. What are you talking about? He's the nicest guy I've ever met. What murder? Anyway. 50-year-old bus driver playing K-pop Demon Hunters on the bus. Is this based? Sure, why not? But like, your buses play music? Is it a coach? Like, the city buses here don't play music. The school buses play music. Are you 11 years old? Are you DL Guiga? DL Guiga doesn't listen to K-pop Demon Hunters. This is real. DL Guiga is a financial wizard in charge of determining the correct price to pay for businesses in mergers and acquisitions. Also happens to be a fan of mine and a huge reggaeton head. It's an interesting individual. Checks out, man. And that's true. Emo band enjoyer as well. He said he doesn't like sausage gravy. Yeah, that checks out. I'm sure he's eating some fucked up. This dude is like Chobani'd up to the fucking gills for sure. He's gonna hit me with some shit like, Chobani used to be good before they got bought by private equity. Now I use a local. Fuck you, buddy. I don't even know what Chobani is. That's all I got. We're gonna make some progress today. It's gonna happen. Favorite wrestler growing up? I mean, what do you want me to say? It was Hulk Hogan, man. It wasn't like I didn't get into wrestling in like 2013 and go, that's my guy. I was like 4 years old. And I was like, he's the good guy. The Ultimate Warrior is scary, man. He lets himself entirely be controlled by animal instinct, man. It freaks me out. He goes over to the ropes and shakes the ropes. I don't like that. Hulk Hogan, at the time, he represented order, man. It was order versus chaos, and I was on the side of order. Oh yeah, you're right. Don't jump from the highest one. I had an aunt who was really into wrestling. You know who her favorite wrestler was at that time? The 1-2-3 Kid. I don't know if anyone remembers the 1-2-3 Kid. That's X-Pac? I had no idea, man. No idea. What do you think the honky-tonk man's getting up to? Justin, I hope you're sitting down. Every wrestler from that era is now deceased. Every single one has died, except Ric Flair, who is trying his best. But like, if you're ever like, I wonder what's up with wonder what happened to the big boss man. Wonder what the British Bulldog got up to once I stopped following the WWF. They've all, and a lot of them have been dead for years, man. My friend ran into Ric Flair when he was a kid, and Ric Flair told him to fuck off. So that's bad, obviously. And by all accounts, everything I've heard, Ric Flair, not a good guy. If I may say so, and you just gotta hear me out here. And I'm not saying being an asshole makes you live longer, just because he's the one who's still alive. But it's almost kind of refreshing to hear about a celebrity who is an outright asshole, instead of what you end up hearing about now, which is someone who does interviews where they look really nice, but then someone's like, I waited on them in a restaurant 4 times and they're the Antichrist. There's a lot of fake bitches out there, is what I'm trying to say. So in a way, the best thing to be is a nice person, okay? The second best thing to be is internal asshole, but is always nice outside. The third best thing to be is probably an asshole. And the fourth best thing to be, aka the worst thing to be, is guy who does a media tour pretending he's a saint, but if you actually meet him in public, he's a total dickhead. Oh! Which one are you? Probably like guy who's kind of like a bit of an asshole internally, but behaves well in public. Now, just to avoid the false, like, equivalency, I would never meet a 9-year-old kid and be like, I want to tell this kid to fuck off. But I don't think I'm a naturally, like, I'm not kindergarten teacher nice. I'm a little acerbic sometimes, but I put on a filter of extra politeness in public. But it's not like look at all the philanthropic work that I'm doing, and then when I go out to eat, I'm like, why is the waiter talking to me? Kate, I told you, I don't talk to the help. I'm going, oh, I'll have this, please? And then if they bring the wrong food, I still eat it. Because I'm like, the universe is giving me a sign that that's what they wanted me to eat today. Hold. Okay, hold. 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 And hold. Like, I don't understand why Usher won't order food, man. Like, Usher needs someone to order his food at the restaurant for him. Like, he thinks he's above the duty of ordering his own food. Why don't you just order food? You're Usher. I don't get it. Maybe he's shy. I just sort of don't. Like, I feel like you're so famous. Why wouldn't you order it? whatever you order, people are going to be like, great order, Usher. It's not like anyone's going to be like, fuck you, Usher. You can't have like the ceviche or whatever. They're going to be like, oh my God, you won't believe what Usher just ordered. It's the ceviche. Read that about J-Lo too. I mean, I'm sure we all have like some of us probably have a story of a famous person who's like a dickhead. Most of us are just piggybacking off of like, you know, 3 Reddit threads we've seen in our lives about like what celebrity is actually annoying or evil in real life. Hold. Everyone in LA has an encounter like that. Never really had, I guess I've had some encounters with some YouTubers, but that's about it. And most of them were just like, it's not like they were rude. They were just talking about some shit like I didn't care about. Like video games. Old. Whoa! I don't know, man. I'm like, I have a bias. And the bias doesn't make sense. Like, I don't think there's any data to back this up. There might be anecdata, but like my trying to think of the right way to describe it, because it's not like a stereotype. It's more like the more outwardly nice you present yourself as, the more I kind of believe that you are evil. And there is one exception, and the exception is kindergarten teachers who they just, because I've met a few of them, because my daughter's been in school for a couple of years now, they're just literally built different. They're the world's greatest heroes. They like spending all day with 4 and 5-year-olds. They talk like that. They have like a very kind tone, even when they talk to adults. They make you, as a 36-year-old adult, you feel like safe in the classroom. But like, it's almost like if somebody is a bit of an asshole online, I'm like, well, it's not like they're obscuring their true personality. But when I don't know if anyone else is the same way. When the #1 rule in chat is good vibes only, that's what freaks me out. Sometimes we gotta get bad vibes in this bitch. That's life, man. It's dishonest to be good vibes only. Sometimes the vibes are a little fucked. We don't have to just steer away from the fucked vibes and go, what's your favorite episode of, like, you know, Recess or some shit like that? Sometimes you gotta air that shit out, man, so it doesn't stink. Dude, speaking of episodes, though, I was watching some Pengu with my kid yesterday. I haven't seen Pengu in like 25 years, probably, if not longer. I thought of a great line. If something really bad happened, I could be like, oh, this is more fucked up than the time I found out Pengu was Finnish. I thought that would be like a sick line. Like if you got some really bad news, you could be like, oh, I haven't been this shocked since I found out Pengu was Finnish. But the episode of Pengu where Pengu is jealous of Pinga, the new baby, that's actually like better than anything the Marx Brothers ever made. And Pingu's building the block tower and going like, and then the blocks fall down and he goes like, and like he spins around and he makes his body go like really small and then he makes it go like really tall and skinny. And then he's like he goes up to his mom and goes like, meh. And the mom is like knitting and she's like, I'm not fucking with you, Pengu. I got a baby now that I got to take care of. And he goes, meh. And he tries to build the blocks again and it falls down and he goes like, meh. And his mouth goes like, meh. So then he goes over and he puts the fucking like the pot on his head and he just starts walking around in a circle and banging the pot with the spoon, going dunk 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 dunk. I was like, this shit is real, man. Kids just be doing that when they want attention. It's so good. I forgot he did all that stretchy stuff too, man. It's crazy because it's all made of clay. Yeah, I mean, it is like it's... Oh, Pingu is Swiss. All right. Whatever. This is crazier than the time I found out Pingu is Swiss. You should watch some Pingu, man. Pingu is like... It's fucking real. I really thought it was French-Canadian. I mean, how could you not? That shit was on YTV. I thought 100% Pingu was Canadian, man. I was like, Pingu? That shit is... That's realer than any shit they're making these days. Pingu was crashing the fuck out because he couldn't get his mom's attention for like 5 seconds. That's fucking real, man. That hurt. Where'd the dad, though? Pingu's dad was in an episode where Pingu was born. And Pingu was, he's exactly the same thing. He was trying to get his mom and dad's attention. He was trying to see the baby, and they kept, like, blocking him from seeing the baby. Pingu, you don't want to see that shit, man. Like, the nurse sleds over to Pingu's family's igloo. But when she goes in through the front door, her hat falls off. So Pingu puts it on. He goes over to his parents and is like, check it out, I'm a nurse. And then his parents are like, fuck off, Pingu, we're having a baby right now. Nobody cares, Pingu. Give the nurse her hat back. I may actually, like, watch it for fun, man. The mom was in labor? Well, I mean, they're penguins, so it was an egg. The egg was hatching. So she wasn't, like, all that busy, but it's still, like, it's a beautiful moment. Is it on Disney Plus? Bro, it's on YouTube. Official Pingu. Don't even talk to me. Bluey pisses me off. The episode where, like, Bluey's dad is trying to get to work, but Bluey and Bingo keep being like, just play with us a little longer. And he's like, okay, kiddo. And then he takes a day off work to play with them. I'm like, this shit is... Honestly, Gen Alpha... Everyone's like, Gen Alpha's cooked because they're watching too much iPad. I think Gen Alpha's cooked when they starting families, man. Because it's a very unrealistic expectation. If you have modeled your family life or your expectations for family life in any way based on Bluey, you are in for a world of disappointment, man. Okay, hold. Bluey's dad makes me feel insecure as a man. No, man, because it's not... That's like being like, oh, I feel weak when I watch Superman. Yeah, bro, he's not real. They had to make up a guy to get a guy that strong. Like that, there's no dad in the world. You would actually be like a bad dad if you were as good as Bluey's dad. Because sometimes being a good dad means putting your foot down and going, I can't play now. I need to go to work so we can keep living in our house. That's being a good dad. In this case, being a bad dad would be like, sure, I'll risk getting fired to play your game a little longer. That's crazy, man. And don't even get me started on the episode where everyone cried, where they fucking sell their house. They sell the house and they're about to leave, but the kids are like, we don't want to leave our house, Dad. And the dad breaks down and goes, fine. And he pulls the sign out and the kids are like, yay, bitch, there's closing costs. There's unrecoverable closing costs. You had a buyer already. The buyers put money into escrow. The buyers sold their house to another buyer so that they could get the money to pay for your house. And now you're like, I'm out? You can't do that. It's not realistic, man. Also, like, I think as a kid, moving away from your house, and especially like whatever school you're in, is the most traumatic thing that could ever happen. But also everything that I've heard from parents or kids that are now adults where it happened to them when they were kids, they were like, it was the worst day of my life, and then the next day I've completely forgot about it. It's like the first day of school in a new school, I was like, I'll be friends with those kids, I guess. And then they just sort of like went on with their lives. Huge. I'm sure that's not true for everybody, but yeah, I think if you're in like the 8th grade, it gets harder. Although you got another arbitrage window at the start of high school. Because high school is like a brand new environment. So if you move to a new middle school in 7th grade, you might have to tank a couple of years, but then in 9th grade, come back from summer vacation with like a cool haircut or something. And then you're in. Work smarter, not harder. Two-hand swing, maybe? By a mile, man. By a mile. I'm just a boy with a new haircut. You're gonna make me say it? You know, Pavement is kind of like Bob Dylan, where their best concerts are also their shittiest concerts. Any Pavement concert video where Stephen Malkmus can't be fucked to sing is so much better than any concert video where they're like really trying hard. Holy shit. You know what I'm talking about? Is that guy in here whose uncle is the drummer for Pavement? I always think about when I asked him which drummer, because the second drummer's all right, but the first drummer they had to fire was really, really good, and then he said it was the second drummer, and I was like, I shouldn't have led with that. There was no reason to lead with that. But like by all accounts, like his uncle must have been a nicer guy than the first drummer. The first drummer was such a disaster, they had to kick him out the band. You know how fucked up you have to be kicked out of a rock and roll band? This seems like those are pulsing, man. There's no way we grab those, right? The second drummer drowned, +2. His telephone was found. Huge. Okay. To me, this looks like a strictly hardcore tracks, not a New Jack Swing. Big mistake. What's your default pain noise? Ooh. Something like that. Ooh. Oof. Oof, 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 oof. Kate, are you? She's definitely not here. Had to get our daughter a new water bottle. So we took her to school yesterday. Her water bottle was too tall to fit in her cubby. Had to get a new water bottle. She got one that's Super Kitties. I'm trying to think the other one might be Minecraft. She's real into the Super Kitties, right? She loves, you called it, she loves Bitsy. And it's huge for her because all her friends like Ginny, who is the one who has Super Kitty claws. So anytime they play Super Kitties, she gets to be Bitsy. She's pogging up over it. North Americans love their big water bottles. Today we are all British, and by we're all, I mean me. I also think that it's funny that, and I want to say Americans, but I have to say North Americans, but Americans will like leave the house and be like, oh wait, I forgot something. My 3-gallon water bottle. For my 22-minute drive between a place that has infinite clean water, my house, and my office, which has infinite clean water. It's the same bit for the third time. I'm just saying, like, I'm being hydrated is good. Oh shit. Oh, this is spooky. No, no, no. Being hydrated is good, but I think people are drinking so much water these days, they're actually drinking the Kool-Aid. It's probably good that kids have some water at school, instead of having to rely on like one bubbler, but I'm just always surprised at the amount of water people are drinking. But you can't even be like, and I was a hydration head like way back in the day. Here's a little pro tip for you. I used to have an office job I hated. I would drink like 10 glasses of water a day at the job, so I had an excuse to go to the bathroom more often. And I was so stupid, I was like, nobody knows. Even though everyone was like, we know. You're literally going pee twice an hour. But even still, like, be careful what you wish for, man. Because now I live in a world where people respect hydration, but they're also like, if you ever are like, hey, do you really need like 2 liters of water on you at all times? They're like, yes. Oh, you hate water? You hate being hydrated? You know we're 70% water. I get really thirsty. I don't know, man. I've like never... I apologize if this is you. Thirst, like genuine thirst, has to be one of the sensations that I feel the least. And admittedly, I work in my house, so like water's all around. But I do also like, I exercise, I do cardio every day. And even then, like, I don't get that thirsty. So I'm like, how bad are you fucking up your daily routine that you don't like... You get thirsty all the time. You're thirsty once a day?